on, vinyl community? Welcome to another video with the Record Spinner. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Pink Floyd Animals 2018 Remix Deluxe Box Set. I'm a little late to the party with this because last month in September, this did get properly released on vinyl, CD, Blu-ray, and Super Audio CD, but I honestly wanted to wait and hold out for the Deluxe Box Set, which basically has everything all together, as you will see. I literally have this box set still in the manufacturer's box, and we're going to get this thing open and see what entails inside. And here we go. So, here it is. This kind of comes in a sort of book style type of packaging, and there's the hype sticker there, which says Pink Floyd Animals 2018 Remix Limited Edition 4-disc package with 32-page book. Contains the remixed album on LP, CD, Blu-ray, DVD. Blu-ray and DVD also contain new high-resolution stereo and 5.1 mixes, plus 1977 original stereo mix. So basically, this can be seen as the big kind of Pink Floyd package for the year of 2022. And like they have been doing for the past several years with like the early years box set and the later years box set, they'll put together the giant package itself and then release separate components. But this time around, it was kind of done in reverse, since we got the individual releases last month, and now we have this all-in-one package here. And overall, as you can see, when I take the shrink wrap off, I'll, showcase the artwork and everything. But here's the back cover, which this looks to be a backing sheet, which has all the track list and details of what is featured here. And let's get this out of the packaging. Get the shrink wrap off. I would say overall, the style and the way that this is packaged is kind of similar to the anniversary releases that have been done for the Doors and the Ramones, how it kind of opens up to kind of cater to having the vinyl inside as well as, the optical discs being the CD, DVD, and Blu-ray. But anyways, yes, here we go. So this is the backing sheet, which you can now see without a glare. Very good stuff. And then, of course, we have the sort of modern rendering of the Battersea Power Station, looking a bit muted in terms of the color scheme, but does kind of offer a bit of a fresh, kind of futuristic type view of it. And also, I believe this is taken from the opposite direction. Like, you're looking at the original Animals cover, you're looking at the Battersea Power Station. What one would see from behind where you're seeing it would be this view. So it's a bit of an interesting take on the artwork. And of course, here is the back, kind of designed in the same fashion as the original. And let's open this up. Okay, so opens up like this. And here we have some design from the Animals songbook, which features these sort of mutilated dogs, pigs, and sheep, obviously referencing the animals that are used in this album. Very much in the sort of George Orwell Animal Farm kind of vein, where basically the human race is divided up into subspecies, being dogs, pigs, and sheep. And of course, we have the discs featured here. So I think we will start with the discs themselves. So of course, on CD, we have the remix itself. And then we also have the Blu-ray. Now, the CD and Blu-ray are indeed available separately, but if you want the DVD, you have to get this deluxe set, which I guess some people, will say, why go as far as to do a DVD counterpart if you're going to have a Blu-ray, if most people will have Blu-ray players already. That's kind of been the general thing with most Pink Floyd releases now. There's always both DVD and Blu-ray in these big box sets and such. But anyways, let's dig right in and see what we have in terms of the booklet and the vinyl itself. So I'm just going to take out everything here. And we are going to start with the booklet, which, as you can see here, we have almost like an overinflated pig with sheep and dogs kind of chasing around it. And let's take a look inside. So we basically have various photos taken from the photo sessions for the album cover. And of course, here you have, as a point of reference, the original cover art, all dark murky and gloomy in all its fashion. And of course, we have a bunch of other outtakes from the cover sessions, some of which I have never seen before. These are very cool. And of course, here's the inflatable pig. And of course, there was the whole legendary backstory behind the inflatable pig that, for some reason, I think it was because I think the marksman was there, but for some reason the pig didn't go up because the weather was kind of bad. But then on the second day, it did go up. But then it got lost because basically, like, it was kind of being hung up, and then somehow it got loose, ended up on someone's farm. But then I think the third day it went back up, but what ended up becoming the album cover is a composite of photos from the first day because the weather was so murky that it fit the aesthetic, and they just kind of photoshopped the pig in onto the final cover. So it kind of does make for a bit of an amusing story given all the work that had been put in. And moving on, we have more photos from the photo sessions, and of course, all the lyrics for the songs. And as you can see, right there, there's the marksman. Does it actually say that in the bottom? Yes, the marksman hired for first day of shoot to prevent pig flying away. So you can kind of see him. He has the pig as his target. This is cool. So we have some behind-the-scenes shots of the band members hanging out at Battersea as the album cover comes to life. So just to see who's featured here. So we have Roger, Nick, and David. I've never seen these photos before. And then we have, let's see, Richard Wright is there. Aubrey Powell and Steve O'Rourke. Aubrey Powell was a part of Hypnosis, and Steve was the band's manager. So they were all present to see this thing go up. More shots of the pig. Here are more shots, and I'm actually curious on this picture. An infrared of... Oh, okay, so at this point right here, this is when the pig broke away. So that's when they were just losing it. So you can only imagine how high up the pig was. And these are infrared shots here. So it kind of adds a little bit of a greenish tinge to it. You basically get the general gist of of the imagery that is featured in this booklet. It is just a bunch of different photos of Battersea and flying pigs and whatnot. Now we have some cool shots. So this right here, these are taken from the tour rehearsals, which I personally have never seen before. These photos are absolutely phenomenal. Great shot of Gilmore there. And moving on, we have various press clippings and adverts and such for the album as well as the resulting tour. Of course, you can see there's the Olympic Stadium poster, which is infamous because Roger Waters spat at a member of the audience and thus created these sort of, I guess, embryonic beginnings of what became the wall. And, okay, this is where we get into cool territory. So we have some sketches of the various inflatables that they had on this tour. And there you have them all on this sort of lift, and they would just all kind of inflate during the show, which is pretty wild. Like, it's crazy. For as much of an adventurous production the Animals tour was, there is no real definitive film document of it, which is a shame because this was probably one of their most visually just stimulating type shows. And of course, we have more sketches, more photos of inflatables, and then here's a cool live shot you can see there of all the inflatables in action as the band's performing. And of course, more press adverts. And also that right there, that's a caricature of when the pig had actually escaped, and it was actually being reported by air traffic controllers at Heathrow Airport. They were reporting the sightings of a flying pig, so they referenced that in the newspaper. But you have all the credits here, and this bit of artwork, is this from the songbook? Yes, it is. So that's featured here. And on the back cover, we have a photo taken from the site of Battersea, and it says, Pink Floyd live here, which is pretty cool. Very nice booklet to kind of just flip through and look at as you listen to the album. And now we get to the vinyl. So here is placed in a paper sleeve. Don't know why it was in a polylined, but that's okay. And let's take a look at the vinyl. What are we dealing with here? So, of course, we have the same custom labels featured here from the original. And overall, this looks to be beautifully pressed. This was pressed over at Record Industry in the Netherlands, and this was mastered by Bernie Grundman, and he's been doing a lot of the recent Floyd stuff. He's done all the reissues from a couple years past. He's done a bunch of other various Floyd products, so this is going to be a very solid sounding pressing. And also, just to point it out itself, the mix was done by James Guthrie. James Guthrie has been involved with the Floyd for as long as, I think, since The Wall. He did some work with them on there. He also worked with the band going into, 80s and 90s. And of course, the reason why this remix just kind of waited to come out for so long, like I said, this is the 2018 mix. Of course, it's been made public that the main reason why was because Roger Waters wanted some liner notes featured in the set, which were done by Mark Blake, who was basically Pink Floyd's biographer. But Gilmour wanted it to be more enigmatic and just focus on the imagery and the photos, which, let's face it, that's what we got here. And Roger had agreed to it, but he released the liner notes himself. Now, whether that's because, once you get to this period of the Floyd's history, you can start to see Waters be credited for much more things in the band's discography, such as this album, The Wall, The Final Cut. And given that Gilmour sort of has the heavy hand when it comes to Pink Floyd decisions and such, I don't know if it's a spiteful thing of not giving Roger credit, but let's face it, the two have had an interesting history. I don't need to go through it, but that's kind of why my unboxing of the Pink Floyd Animals 2018 Remix Deluxe Box Set. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video, and most importantly, keep the records spinning.